Welcome back to the channel. We are back out in the gun room again today for another gun review. We have got the Diamondback DBX57 out for review. I have been trying to get one of these for, gosh, probably the last 3 years, and they've been pretty expensive. The prices on these have finally started to drop some, so I decided to take a chance on one and pick it up. And initial reviews right off the bat, guys, I'm so glad that I did. But I want to go over the unit itself, how I have it set up. Of course, we're going to get you some shooting footage back at the hide and then go over some final thoughts. But to kind of go over this the way that I have it set up first, of course, you do have a 1913 Picatinny out back, so you can put a brace on it as of shooting this video. We are allowed to do that, so keep that in mind going forward. I do have the Primary Arms SLX. This is one of the 3-power micro prisms. One of the, I kind of went with the 3-power just because I wanted the, kind of the ability to possibly take care of the extra range that you can get with the 5.7 caliber. And so far it has worked great. I have no intentions of replacing this. It has done absolutely perfect. And of course I've got the Strike Industries dual folder out back serving duty there. This comes with an MOE K-style grip. The grip is nice. However, for me, I do have kind of a large hand. This grip is sort of thin. I may end up replacing that. I don't know yet. But it does fit the overall feel of the gun itself because this thing is insanely thin. And let me grab tape measure here so you can see just how thin this thing is. So if we put, it is right at an inch wide. I mean, it is ridiculously thin as compared to other units on the market. So, could this possibly be the best PDW out on the market? I don't know. I'll let you guys make that determination by the end of the video. But this here, I really like the way that it's set up. They have it set up with a dual gas piston system, a lock breech style. And you can see, if I can get the camera to focus, you see those little numbers there on that side and on the other side. So this does have adjustable gas. So if you were to go ahead and put a can on this, you could adjust it for functionality that way. Now, I did not shoot this suppressed. One thing to keep in mind, there is no shoulder on this barrel, even though it is threaded half 28. So just be mindful whenever you're putting your suppressor on there. Or if you needed to adjust it to accommodate different ammunition types, you could do that as well. So you got a lot of adjustability, usability within the platform already from the factory. So that's really cool. Has an 8-inch stainless barrel. Now this comes with a 1-in-9 twist. Again, it is threaded, and they have this kind of this 4-prong flash hider deal. I actually kind of like it. It does very, very well. The overall feel of the gun, I cannot begin to put into words how maneuverable this thing is. Out of the box, this unit with no brace, no optic is 3 pounds. As I have it set up here with the brace, unloaded magazine, and the 3-power micro prism is 4 pounds. If you can believe that, it is 4 pounds all in. That is just absolutely remarkable to me. Now, this here does ship with one 5.7 magazine. Now, this is an FN style mag, but these are Pro Mag. I have not had an issue with this at all. It has functioned 100%, and I'll go into some of the different ammunitions that I've used since I've had this. I've been shooting this about a month now, and it has ate them up. So keep that in mind. It does ship with one of those magazines. Now, let's look on the other side here. So it does have a side charger that can be removed and put on the other side if you need that. You do have your fire control group here on the left-hand side, your safe and fire. This sports just a regular mil-spec trigger. I honestly see no issues with the trigger. Yeah, it's a little heavy, but serves its role beautifully. Right here we do have the bolt release, and it is ridiculously smooth. Now, the way this unit's put together is very, very interesting. I wish I could break it down for you guys on camera. However, I cannot do that due to YouTube policies, but I will put a few still shots in to kind of let you see how it looks like popped apart. But these two pins come out, and then this whole system kind of moves forward, up, and then out. So it is kind of an intuitive design, but the way that they've done it, it makes it extremely compact and lightweight. Now, like I did mention, you could go ahead and trade out the trigger and the grip if you wanted to. Like I said, I may put a different grip on this yet. I don't know. Also, on the back here, you do have a provision for a single point sling. Now, this is the OD green color. They do have a few different colors. You can get kind of like a bronze, an FDE, and I think stealth gray, and of course black. But I think the Cerakote, when it was put in there, got built up a little bit. So I had to take I just took a brass brush in a drill and kind of polish that out, and works great. So just kind of keep that in mind. You do have M-LOK slots up front. I probably will end up putting like a little hand stop up here at some point when I get one. But overall, absolutely stoked with this gun. So I'm going to let you guys check out some shooting footage, and I'll meet you guys back at the hide. All right, so we got all the shooting footage completed for our review of the Diamondback DB57, and I tell you what, initial reviews, this thing has done perfectly. It is such a pleasure to shoot and potentially could serve so many different roles. Now, I would like to go ahead and thank the sponsor of this video, myself, for getting this out to the channel to take a look at, and RIP to my ammo budget, because I have put almost 300 rounds of 5.7 ammunition through this firearm to test it for you guys, and it has done great. I've shot a lot of the 40 grain polytip Fiocchi, FMJ Fiocchi, a little bit of the FN stuff, but that stuff is crazy expensive, and then even some of the 62 grain Fiocchi, and it has ate all of it up without a problem. Now, one thing that I do kind of want to allude to is the magazine. So the magazines it does ship with that 120 round Pro Mag. I did pick up a couple of extra 20s, and I tried one of the 30 round Pro Mags. This thing is absolute garbage. So do not buy one of these because they do not feed. But the 20s, I've not had any issues with. So you just have to be mindful to pick up a couple of more of these with your DBX, and you should be good to go. Now, probably the biggest thing that I think stuck out for me when reviewing this was probably the overall size. Just the functionality of the weapon, the maneuverability, and having that Strike Industries brace on this thing just turns it into a whole nother animal. Probably the closest thing that I could probably say that would come close to comparing to this would be maybe a AR-9 pistol, potentially, but then you're looking at probably at least a pound and a half more naked weight than what this thing is out of the box. So full all in, remember 4 pounds, you're not going to get that with an AR platform. It is just incredibly thin, light, and maneuverable. And like I said, having that brace, it just makes it that much easier to use. Now, ergonomically, this thing is smooth. I have found myself that I have been holding it a lot more up here on the mag well. I'll probably end up getting a hand stop at some point. The little K-size grip, it is a little small for my hand, but I've kind of gotten used to it. I may end up go ahead and replacing it, but otherwise the single point sling and the optic choice has been great for this. It and those last few shots were at about 80 yards, just as fast as you can pull them on that silhouette. It just burns them up. I have to say, I'm really interested to see what you guys think down below on this. Yeah, they are a little pricey, but they have came down quite a bit. And just the overall functionality of this, you talk about a bug out kit gun. One of these 20 round mags only weighs 7 ounces completely loaded. So it could flex into a lot of different roles, and potentially a good choice. But definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Really does help the channel. As always, shoot straight.